the sweeping tight. They until
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me, former NBA player. Here's Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, and the award-winning David Aldridge is on our sideline. The Jazz make a quick stop here at home before heading back out on the road. This game against Brooklyn here, it's their first look at the Nets. Home court advantage played a part in last year's season series. Each team took their home game in a 1-1 split.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just two powerhouse teams facing off.
And who knows, if you want to look all the way ahead to the finals, it's possible these teams could see each other there. So both teams looking to make a statement in their first meeting of the season.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the Nets.
And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah. The Jazz fans are behind their team no matter what.
Now here's Simmons. Durant. Markkanen pulls it in. And it's Utah's ball. Clarkson bounce pass. Here's Sexton. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's always striking, Greg, to see the bond between the Jazz team and their followers.
Well, when you're the only game in town, people take the team to heart. And we see it in cities like Portland and San Antonio as well. The fans form that attachment to their team.
Now here's Simmons. With the drive. And Simmons slams it in.
Nice play by Simmons. So good at switching gears with the ball in his hand.
With the step back. Pass to Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. Clarkson for 3. A three-pointer is right on target.
And you got to like the vision for marketing. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Here's Claxton. Vanderbilt defending. Here's KD. And he lays it straight in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now, here's Sexton. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Here's Clarkson. That one, no good. The Nets go the other way with it.
And never say never, but we might never see another player who combines the length and guard skills of Kevin Durant. He's a player who completely breaks the mold.
Here's Irving. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Irving can't hit. And when you think about Durant's singularity as a player, Steve Kerr said he's more gifted than Michael Jordan. Greg, what do you think of that?
Well, Steve's had a first-hand view coaching KD and playing alongside Jordan. He didn't say greater, but more gifted. And I think it's a conversation.
In transition, here come the Nets. A nice shot by KD.
The versatility of KD, equally lethal in transition and the half court.
Outside, Markkanen. Over to the left wing. Pass to Clarkson. And he slams it one-handed.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Now here's Simmons. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Clarkson outside. There's 1:17 left to play in the first. A three ball. Buries the long-range jumper. Clarkson's got 8 points.
As a shooter, Clarkson can be so efficient. He gets the ball and goes right into his shot.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
And getting better at distributing in the pick and roll. Sexton wants to evolve more as a passer.
There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here's Sexton. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
Talk about putting a team on your back. He has been dominant this quarter, and I don't think they are winning without him.
And finished off by KD.
Okay, normally the guy is a sleeper, but those were two loud points there by Kevin Durant.
Here's Sexton. Following the bucket by the Nets. Pass to Clarkson. Fires for three. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Now Durant. 11 points in the game. 4 seconds left. That shot misses.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more often than not.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Jazz. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Jazz. Richard, so much of today's NBA defense is about covering the pick and roll. As a player, is that something you enjoy, taking on that challenge of covering the screen roll game?
You only enjoy that challenge because you are a competitor and you want to win. Is it something that I'm doing on my own? Is it something that I'm doing in my spare time? Probably not. I can think of more fun things to do.
Exactly. It is not, and there are so many variations, right, of the screen roll that you can defend it as many ways as you can run it.
And these players are so talented that they can stop and pop from three. You have to guard them at the half-court line. Before, you could guard them at the three-point line. Now you got to meet them at half-court, and there's screens all over the place. It's miserable.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Drummond. Got a piece of it. Irving with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. And the shot by Warren, no good.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Gay outside. In the corner, Drummond with it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, I play for the New Jersey Nets, and look, they made that move across the Hudson back in 2012, relocating to Brooklyn, which I think was the right move.
And, well, over a decade in Brooklyn for the Nets. Richard, what kind of impact has that move had on the franchise?
Well, look, it's been great. The arena is fantastic. The fan base is growing. And more importantly, their ability to attract top-tier free agents like KD and Kyrie. They do not join the Nets if they're still in Jersey.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one, dunking on him and talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Great advice. David, thanks. Stolen by Marley. Poked loose. Gay outside. To the middle. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Pass to Barbosa. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. That puts them squarely in the middle of this 5-game road trip. Outside for Simmons. Screened by Jones. And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And in this era of player movement, Greg, we're seeing guys often pick teams on fit or style of play. When they look at that, what are they looking into?
You want to have fun coming to work every day, Kevin. I mean, the money they're making, most guys are going to be set for life. But I think they recognize it's about the journey and who you have the opportunity to take that journey with.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Now here is Barbosa. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. For 3. Nailed from three-point land.
And what a sniper Barbosa has turned into. Easy to see why he is a volume three-point shooter.
Pass to Simmons. Here's Warren. Looking to end the run. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Warren's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. .110 left here in the second. Caldwell Pope outside. Nice ball movement by Utah. It's up a 3. They get the rebound.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
On the wing, Irving. And the three off target. Jazz leading by 11. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And that quick first step that Caldwell Pope possesses is lethal. Drawing the contact there thanks to his aggressiveness.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Nets trailed by 13. Outside, KD. Outside, Irving. Back to KD. Pulls from the top of the key. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. That's no basket. His third miss in 8 tries. Pass to Drummond. To the inside. Oh, and here we go with Durant. Nobody back. And KD throws it down.
Just maybe the best scoring forward of all time, and by maybe I mean he is. Yet again, it's Durant with a big night.
For 3, Barbosa. And so it's Utah. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Durant just inside the line. Fades. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Jazz leading by 11. Sexton deciding where to go with it. And it's good for 2. Sexton's got the first field goal the second half for Utah.
You know, Crafty just capitalizing there on the floater. Give Sexton room to shoot that shot, and he's going to take it.
Back to O'Neal. Durant inside. Pass to Burks. Takes a 3. The Nets need to get a shot off here. A 3-pointer off the mark. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Vanderbilt. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Nets making a switch here. He doesn't get the second one. Pass to O'Neal. And here is KD. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Durant's got 16 points.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
Clarkson outside. Back to Sexton. In the corner, Vanderbilt with it. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Clarkson. O'Neal with the rebound. Nets trailed by 11. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And no issues getting up for Simmons. An emphatic 2 points from the Australian.
Greg Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
Brooklyn with the ball. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And so Clarkson will bring it up for Utah. Out to the right wing. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Kicks it out to Markkanen. 5 on the clock. Lets it go with the 3. Hands it from downtown. And the Jazz lead by 12.
When he has enough space, he's more than comfortable letting it fly from outside.
It's Durant on the wing. The three. Markkanen pulls it in.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Right side, Sexton. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. That one's not going to go.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Durant for three. Drills it from outside. Durant's got 6 points in the quarter.
We sometimes forget how solid Irving is when it comes to his passing. Great find there.
Vanderbilt with the screen. Here's Sexton. Simmons pulls it in. Nets trailed by 11. Pass to Claxton. A steal. Outside, Sexton. There's a screen. Now, here's Vanderbilt. Defended by Durant. Here's Sexton. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And there's the patience you want to see from Sexton. Eyes up and finds the open net.
Outside Irving. Outside Simmons. To the wing right side. Takes the three. Oh, big time shot. Wow.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Utah leading by 10. Inside. Here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to Martin. Utah gets it back. Kicks it out to Gay. In the corner, Drummond with it. From deep. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Outside, Simmons. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
And the closer Simmons gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes. I love watching him in attack mode.
Now here's Barbosa. And stolen by Simmons. For three, Durant. Doesn't go that time. The Jazz go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. And following this one, take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. It's good from long range. Richard, you were part of a Cavs team that came back from 3 games to 1 down in the NBA Finals to win the title. Remarkable. Just how hard was that to do?
Well, let me say this. I think it was the greatest championship ever. And I'm not being biased. Those are the facts. They were the defending champion. They had the 2-time MVP. They won 73 wins that year. So for me, that was the most special comeback because we played in the greatest championship of all time.
I'm assuming there was no doubt in your mind at all you would come back, correct?
That's a lie. There was tons of doubt in my mind, but I will say this. When you have a group of guys that stay together when you're down 3-1, it's because you believe in each other and we believed in ourselves.
Pass to Drummond. To the paint. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's
what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Now Drummond. Pass to Marley. And the shot goes down. Marley's got 4 points in the quarter. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Jazz. Here's Claxton. Left side, KD. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Claxton. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Barbosa with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Pass to Martin. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Nets trail by 16. Markkanen from outside. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Utah.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
A nice shot by KD.
Any shot for KD is a great shot for his team, and I don't care how far back he is.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The first free throw is good.
Kessler.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
6 to shoot. Here's Clarkson. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
With the fadeaway. He can't get that one to fall.
Well, that's what you get when you go for style points with the fadeaway, and look, he paid the price.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really
so much water on my wrist and make my arm numb. All this money, I'm falling like LeBron. Yeah, you can tell by the way I dress to be my garments. Too much fly, like I take you shopping in my closet. And nowadays, most of these artists sound like artists. Trust me, they can't ball the way I'm balling. Bronson, Hollis, Star 9. On me, got features like Riri. And it's water on my wrist, like Fiji. I'm ballin', top 30 on my fit. Don't worry, I won't miss. Ballin', leaving on the left of me. The ops wanna leave me, I don't get left. I do the leaving, cause I know that they talking behind my back, but it ain't when they see me. Beastie, nowadays I don't even be sleep. Everything like a weekend, a lot of models, I be taking it easy. Model after model, I know you see me like a genie, shaking the like it's graffiti. I'm never capping, I pulled up with a beanie. You style living life like the Beatles. Wrong man, treat them like true religions. Don't judge me, I'm not too religious. Rocking mics used to be Tabanidis. They don't even know about Tabanidis. Quad on BD, 24 in a double R luxury. When you paid in for, don't call me lucky. Try showing love, they didn't with me, now I'm going up. You in the regular, on the regular. Only wanna for my rapping. Ballin' like LeBron, son. Hollis, star 9. Homie, got features like Riri. And it's water on my wrist. Like Fiji, I'm ballin'. Top 30 on my fit. Don't worry, I won't miss. Ballin', ballin', ballin'.
My baby, my Valentine. Yeah, now you do make it up.